All right, today we're tackling something really important, a crucial question, really. How do you fight for your mind? We're going to explore how to keep your brain young, sharp, and powerful, and we're starting right now.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a question that, well, it might make you a little uncomfortable. Is it possible that your brain is slowly, quietly getting weaker, and you don't even realize it's happening?
Look, the source material does not pull any punches here. The argument is that through our daily habits, the endless scrolling, the same old routines, always avoiding anything tough, we're actually helping our own minds decline. It's a quiet process for sure, but it's a relentless one.
So, what's really at the heart of this problem? Well, according to the source, it all comes down to living on autopilot. It's a state where your brain is basically sleepwalking through your life.
This slide really breaks it down. On one side, you have the passive mind. This is the brain that loves comfort. It sticks to the same old, and runs from anything that feels hard. But then you have the active mind. This is the brain that actually seeks out challenges because it understands that growth only happens when it's forced to struggle and adapt.
All right, so how do we start waking our brains up? Well, the first step is going to sound a little weird. We have to actively choose discomfort. Yep, that's right. It's the secret sauce for mental vitality.
The source puts it so bluntly, a brain that's never challenged is a brain that's slowly dying. And you know that feeling of struggle? When something's really hard? That's not you failing, no way. That's the feeling of your brain actually building new connections, keeping your mind flexible.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? Here are 4 simple things you can start doing. Try using your non-dominant hand for small tasks. Yeah, it feels super awkward, right? But that awkwardness, that's your brain lighting up. Do one hard thing every single day. Read something that actually challenges how you see the world. And maybe the toughest one, learn something you are genuinely terrible at.
And this isn't just some theory. The source tells a story about David, a 44-year-old guy who's just feeling tired and unfocused. He started doing these tiny, difficult things, like a 20-second cold shower. And get this, within a month, he felt like his brain was electric again. It wasn't some magic pill. It was the struggle.
But choosing to struggle is only half the battle. Because in the world we live in now, we also have to win a totally different fight, the war on distraction. The constant battle for our focus. Okay, this quote is blunt. I mean, really blunt. But it's making a critical point. When we're constantly jumping from one notification to the next, we're training our brain for shallow thinking. We're weakening our ability to truly, deeply focus. I mean, just think about that for a second. The fact that we can't be alone with our own thoughts has become a modern epidemic. We're so used to constant stimulation that pure silence feels like a void we have to fill. This isn't just a quirky habit. The source calls it a sign of brain rot.
So how do we fight back against this? One of the most powerful weapons we have is something called active recall. It's basically the mental exercise of forcing your brain to pull information out of your memory instead of just immediately looking it up. It's like a workout for your brain.
Think about it like this. Every time you forget a name and you just instantly Google it, you're outsourcing your memory. You're basically telling your brain, hey, you don't need to work hard. I got this. And just like a muscle you never use, it gets weaker and weaker over time.
But this isn't all just in your head. The world around you, your actual physical space, has a huge impact on your brain. So that means we have to become masters of our environment.
Let's kick things off with sleep. It's when your brain literally cleans house and cements memories, but only if you get that deep, quality sleep. The source recommends building what it calls a sleep cave. 3 simple steps. Make your room pitch black, make it totally silent, and, this is the big one, get your phone out of the room. I mean it, far, far away.
And it's not just about sleep. The source tells this great story about a woman named Eliza who was dealing with brain fog and stress. Her solution wasn't a pill, it was a daily walk in nature, without her phone. At first, it was hard, but soon she said, I heard my own thoughts again. It was like meeting myself after years. Wow, that just shows you how nature can hit the reset button on our overloaded minds.
You know, our environment isn't just the stuff around us, it's our routines too.
And those can be a real trap. When you do the same thing the same way day in and day out, your brain just shifts into autopilot. That constant repetition without any change makes the mind bored, stiff, and old.
So here's a really powerful way to snap out of that autopilot. Try teaching something. The act of teaching forces your brain to organize information, to find clarity, to really understand it. When you try to explain an idea to someone else, you're not just sharing knowledge, you're cementing it in your own mind.
And this chart really shows why the kind of challenge we choose is so important. Look at the difference in brain stimulation here. A mindless tapping game on your phone, yeah, it gives you a quick little dopamine hit, but that's about it. A strategy game like chess, that's a full-on workout for your brain. The choice is pretty obvious, right? So, after all this, what's the big takeaway? Honestly, it's not just a friendly suggestion. It's a mandate. You have to fight. You have to actively fight for the health and youth of your mind. Look, if you only remember one single thing from our time together, please let it be this. Growth, resilience, mental youth, none of it is found in what's easy. It's found in what's challenging.
And that leaves us with one final, unavoidable question. It's a choice, really. One that we all face every single day. Are you going to choose the easy path of comfort that leads to a slow decline? Or are you going to choose the struggle that keeps you sharp, alive, and truly present in your own life?
Because this isn't something you can put off. Your brain, right now, is either getting stronger or weaker, based on what you choose to do today. The fight for your mind doesn't start tomorrow morning.